But then I find that like hauntings and more paranormal and spiritual, like, well, I guess cryptids, some are spiritual, but a lot of supernatural and that kind of stuff, they're in their own pockets as well.
Yeah.
You have Louisiana and Georgia, like all the southern states. And,
Savannah.
Yes. And I feel like it's interesting to me that a lot of the spirit ones do not overlap as much with the cryptids.
Yeah.
Aliens
Savannah gives
will.
me the creeps too. You ever been to Savannah?
Georgia? No. So I was planning a trip. I want to go to Savannah. I want to go to New Orleans. Those are two of my top. I want to go to Salem, but I don't want to go during Halloween because I like real witch stuff because, well, I just tell everybody I'm basically a witch. So we just go with that. Right. But I don't like all that fake, hubbub and hyping it up. So I won't go in October.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, the like Savannah, Georgia gives me the creeps, man. And then also like Charleston, South Carolina gives me the creeps. Right. So yeah, I just don't like it. To me, like I tell people too, no offense to anybody. South Carolina is the dumpiest state we got. I mean, I'm sorry. And I mean, I've been to it, so I just can't. There's something about South Carolina, man. There's something in the earth. There's something in the earth in South Carolina that just makes my freaking skin crawl. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Man. I hate driving through it, but again, I'm sure it's the people who've like been born or raised there or whatever. Probably.
My ex-husband was from there.
Oh, is he? Oh, that's why he's your ex, right?
Charleston, actually.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, I don't know something about it, but I know that. Well, let's move into let's follow up on your topic there about how the earth seems to be waking up the energies. People say the veil's thinning. I'm convinced the days are getting shorter. I swear. I mean, I'm telling you, people don't believe me on this. I get up at 7:00 and by the time 5:00 rolls around, I can't even believe like what happened. Like I can't even I don't know what's going on. There's also there's also biblical, talks about the days being shortened in the book of Revelations. There's biblical concepts to that. There's also, scientific theory to it. CERN, who knows what they're doing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a good point that you bring up about how the worlds don't ever seem to cross paths as far as like the paranormal and, like a better word, cryptid things or whatever. Yeah. Right. So, yeah, I mean, I thought that's a good point. I never really thought about that, but you're absolutely right on that to do it. So when you think what do you think is your number one paranormal encounter / experience that you would have looked into?
That happened to me or that I've looked into?
Either or. You can go.
So happened to me, there's a whole lot. I mean, there's a lot. To put it in perspective, I have 100% accuracy rate thus far. I have no control over it. I don't know how to do it. I'm sure I could probably try to channel it and figure it out. Mm-hmm. But I have accurately, before the parents knew, I knew who was pregnant and what they were having before they knew. And when I say before they knew, I mean, I told them, I called them, they took a test and found out.
Okay.
Or like 3 weeks later, they found out that they were 3 weeks. Like it's when I go to sleep and I have dreams about it. Mm-hmm. And they just feel different than other dreams. But I have done 14 in a row, 100% accuracy rate.
Okay.
Whoop, whoop.
All right.
On the downside, I've also had deaths where, and it's not like a fun, well, I mean, it's not like it would be fun to watch, but I am like in their bodies when it's happening. And then usually there's like a 48-hour period. There's one person who's made it longer than 48 hours whenever I've had a dream about it, and they're gone.
Yo, Natty, do me a favor. Keep me out of your dreams, girl. All right,
everybody goes, don't dream about me. I was like, why do I have no control over it?
Keep me out of your dreams, girl. Do me a favor. Keep me out of that, right?
Well, what's crazy is, so I've had 7 deaths and 14 kids. So basically 2 babies for every death that I've seen.
All right, that's good. So at least you're bringing life in there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've always had everybody, with life comes death. Mm-hmm. So when one goes out, one comes in. Just like, you can't create matter. Something has to dissipate for something to pop up somewhere else. Yeah. You just can't. But so I always bum everybody out with this, but it's okay. I've lost a lot of kids. So I had a lot of ectopic pregnancies, and my breathing child that I have, he's one of like 6 kids. So
sorry to hear that.
When I lost the first one, and actually we just did a celebration, he would have been 16. And then the same time, a little bit later, I found out I was pregnant with the twins. So I found out on the same day that it was the first one's birthday, and they called me the same day to tell me I wasn't pregnant with the twins. And I tried to remove myself from the plane of existence. And I essentially, I flatlined when I was 18 on the operating table. So I've had 2 near-death experiences that were totally different. Yeah, totally different. It was crazy. But the second one that I had, quote unquote, went to sleep. And I woke up in this place and I saw all of the kids. And the crazy part was my breathing child and the first one had the same father. And when I saw my son, it was him. I mean, it was the first one. I mean, identical. So much so that I was recording an episode with somebody who was sitting across from me and my kid was gone. Mm-hmm. And they looked up and just froze because they saw what they thought was my son. They're like, I swear. They've known him his whole life. And they're like, I swear he was standing right behind you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm like, that wasn't him, but I know who it was because they're identical. But yeah, I've had some of those weird stuffs going on. But my research stuff, I'd say probably the creepiest one that I've had that I've also went to was Ohio State Reformatory.
Okay.
It was insane.
Really?
Yeah. Just a lot of stuff happened there. A lot of people died there per the norm. Mm-hmm. But when we investigated, I mean, me and my friend that went with me, we both saw a shadow person in one area. Right. We had some weird stuff happen they did like a seance thing in the chapel. And I am excessively sensitive to pretty much everything. And I mean, I almost threw up all over the floor. Everybody else wasn't too bad, but I was like, man, I was getting dizzy. I was like, I'm going to puke. I was like, I need a bucket. I was like, it's coming. I'm going to throw up everywhere. And right around the time that I felt like I was going to get sick, this huge, it sounded like a sheet of metal crashed on the floor. Mm-hmm. And everybody stopped and we turned because we're expecting there to be something there. And there's nothing there.
Wow.
Nothing leaning against the wall, nothing. And then I actually got pushed to halfway through because they stack them all. So you have a row of cells and then another story of cells on top of it. It's literally like a freestanding stack.
Okay.
With just stairs on the side. And me being me, I was like, man, something doesn't feel right. But I was like, let's go check it out because I'm an idiot.
Subscribe now and turn on the notifications to join us on this extraordinary journey into the unknown.